It's 2025. Is this finally the year you decide to take the plunge and buy your boat? Stick around to find out all about the boat market today on Cove Lessons in Boating. Hi, I'm Sean from Cove Lessons in Boating. And one thing that's very constant in our industry is that everything changes. So now we're at 2025. And if you go back to 2020 when we started doing these market update videos and you watch all of them on our channel, you'll see that every year there's a slight variation on what's selling, what pricing is going to be like, and how you should really approach the boat buying process. So on today's video, we're going to go through and see what you can expect in 2025. If you want to know what I said about 2024, check out this video here. And we're going to put a link in the description below for all the years that we made boat market update videos, just in case you want to see if I was accurate or not. Let's start with the used boat market. So the used boat market is more consistent than the new boat market as far as pricing. It does ebb and flow, and it tends to follow along behind new boat pricing. So if new boat pricing is depressed or high, you'll find that the used boat pricing in theory follows along, but it usually lags. So what we're finding in the used boat market is that it was really soft in 2023 and 2024. So used boat pricing has come down significantly, particularly off the peak of 2022. So if you are in the used boat market, what you're going to find at the beginning of 2025 is still decent inventory. Most dealers have a relatively good selection of used inventory. However, prices are likely about to climb slowly as we head towards the spring and the regular boating season. There's a couple reasons for that. One, traditionally, used boat pricing raises in the spring as the sun comes out and everybody gets excited. And it also goes up if inventory starts to go down. And what we've seen lately is because in 2023 and 2024, new boat sales have been depressed slightly. That means there's slightly less trades in the pipeline, and we are going down in inventory. We have this great market data that we can get from Wells Fargo and other Spader MCM composites where we can put it together, and we are seeing a general trend, both new and used, particularly in used, on dealer inventory going down. If you're in Canada, there's a new wrinkle, and that is the potential of tariffs that may come from the US and which will then have retaliatory possible tariffs that come from Canada. What does that mean for the used boat market? Well, all other things being equal, if there is a tariff on incoming new boats from the US, that's going to increase the price of new, and then it's going to pull on the used boat market and pull them up a little bit, because as they raise, so will it draw the used. So our advice for 2025 is get into the market as soon as you can. The pricing is never going to be cheaper than it is today at recording here at the Toronto Boat Show in January. It's awfully cold outside, but it is the best time for you to be thinking about your boat purchase. So contact your dealer, start looking at inventory and researching, and make your deal now before the prices go up and the inventory goes down. Let's talk about new. So on the same token, everybody's new inventory at dealerships is coming down fairly dramatically. 2024 really marked a very cautious dealer inventory buying phase. So what that means is that we had too much inventory as dealers a whole. There were some that were better and some that were worse, but as a whole, there was a serious over inventory issue coming out of 2023. Good manufacturers allowed us to order less. Smart dealers ordered a lot less. And what you'll find is that the new boat inventory has dropped fairly dramatically. That being said, manufacturers are really putting massive incentives on new boat purchasing to kind of kickstart the 2025 boating cycle. Most of those incentives are going to be gone by the end of February or early March at the latest, and inventory is only going to go down from here as we are still cautious about ordering too much. What's that mean? Pricing on new boats has come down between 2023 and now, and you've got really great manufacturers incentives, and you still have pretty decent inventory to choose from. So again, winter and early spring is going to be your best deals by far and your best choice. If you wait until May and June, you'll have less choice and certainly are likely to pay more. If you're in Canada, there's a strong possibility that the new boats will have tariffs on them if there's anything retaliatory that happens from our federal government going into the spring of 2025. What's that mean for you? all boats that are in inventory in dealer showrooms are going to be way more attractive in theory. However, knowing that new boats that are going to come in to replace that inventory are going to go up, most dealers are likely going to creep up their margins a little bit in anticipation of that. So get out there now. Get out there and make a deal on a new boat. Either order it quickly so it gets in before those tariffs come, or take an in-stock boat, because likely all prices are going to continue to rise through the spring and all those dealer incentives are going to go away. Side note, if you're thinking, well, I should buy my boat from a Canadian dealer, from a Canadian manufacturer, in theory, that would be a great idea too. However, know that they're all looking at the market as well. And if the US boat prices are going to be going up, they are likely going to follow suit and capture a little more margin for themselves during that time. So they may market them as Canadian made and avoiding the tariffs, but I would think most savvy dealers and manufacturers will take that into account when they're set their pricing structure. What if you're a seller? If you're a seller in 2025, you're going to see your used boat pricing has bottomed out and is going to slightly rise. If it were me, I would wait until that spring peak, May, early June, before I listed it. You're going to see the new boat prices at their maximum for 2025. And if anything comes down the pipe from a tariff standpoint, those things will be in play, and it's going to make your boat, when you sell it, worth the most of it will be all year long. We always say that if you wait one more year to buy your boat, that's one less year boating, and let's be honest, life is short. So our advice is get into the market early, be set up for spring so you can go boating and enjoy it. Boating is not a necessity. It's a luxury that is affordable for a lot of people, and it brings family together. It makes time enjoyable, gets you off your phone, gets you out in the environment, and I hope to see you out there.